How are you?
You're an amazing player. Congratulations.
Thanks.
You're changing the history in basketball.
I appreciate it. Thanks for coming here and playing us.
Interview. Hey everyone. Welcome back to the channel. It's TFD here, and today we've got a story that's making waves in the WNBA. Caitlin Clark has made her long-awaited return to the court, and while fans were excited, some media outlets are already trying to downplay her performance. So, let's dive into it. We're heading straight to Iowa for this one. Caitlin Clark made her much-anticipated return to Carver-Hawkeye Arena, and she absolutely delivered. It was the first preseason game of the 2025 season, and Clark looked better than ever, hitting deep three-pointers, moving confidently on the court, and reminding everyone why she's the most talked-about rookie in the league. The hype around her was real. Tickets for this preseason game against Brazil's national team reached record prices, with fans paying an average of $440 just to see her play. And remember, this wasn't even a regular season game. That's the kind of influence Clark has. You'd expect the WNBA media to give her the recognition she deserves, right? To be fair, many outlets and analysts are starting to take notice. People are even calling the Indiana Fever, led by Clark and head coach Stephanie White, a serious championship contender. The excitement around this team is huge. They're being referred to as the Avengers, and Brazil's national team just found out why. But of course, not everyone is applauding. Despite all the excitement, there's always that one critic or reporter trying to find something wrong. I got tagged in a post that's been circulating, someone seriously attempting to undermine Clark's performance, questioning if it was really that impressive. Nobody was complaining or dragging their feet when they faced Chicago, so why now? Why is Roberta suddenly using the travel fatigue excuse after Caitlin Clark and the Fever completely dominated? Let's be real, it's just an excuse. Roberta Rodriguez had the nerve to claim that Brazil's poor performance was due to early travel and a tight schedule. But come on, this is professional basketball. Teams travel all the time. You can't blame a loss on catching a few flights when, just one game ago, you were acting like it was a world tour. And let's be honest, Caitlin Clark didn't just have a good game, she owned it. She returned to Iowa and reminded everyone why she's changing the face of women's basketball. Opposing players were even asking for her autograph after the game. That's respect, that's the kind of impact she has. And the numbers speak for themselves. The WNBA has 93% of the Indiana Fever's games on national TV this season, more than the Lakers. Think about that. That's not just hype, that's history. That's the Caitlin Clark effect. But if Roberta and others want to keep throwing shade, let them. Every time they try to tear her down, they only make her story bigger. The truth is, Clark isn't just playing the game, she's changing it. Exactly. That comment hit the nail on the head. The Fever had just come off a back-to-back game plus overtime. So if we're talking fatigue, let's talk about them, not Brazil. But did Caitlin Clark look tired? Not at all. She came out firing, focused, determined, like she had something to prove, and she did. This isn't about flights or early mornings. It's about facing a team with momentum, talent, and a generational star leading the way. Caitlin Clark didn't just show up, she showed out. Let's not act like this wasn't a straight-up basketball clinic. Period. Now, let's talk about some of those comments because, wow, people were fired up. That one fan saying, "You get out of our country." Yeah, that's wild, definitely crossing the line. But it shows just how intense the conversation has become. People are emotionally invested. Caitlin's impact is stirring up strong reactions, whether positive, negative, or even just straight up crazy. But the truth behind all the noise? Caitlin Clark is turning heads, silencing critics, and filling arenas, and she's just getting started. So whether people want to make excuses or throw shade, they can't change what happened. Caitlin Clark put on a show, and the Indiana Fever made a statement to the entire league. That's the point. These weak excuses just don't hold up. You can't change the outcome just because it didn't go your way. Caitlin Clark stepped up, dominated the court, and the Fever looked locked in as a team, even after a tough schedule. So don't try to tear down their win or claim Brazil was too tired. What we saw was one team getting outplayed, outrun, and clearly outmatched. Period. You can twist the narrative all you want, but the truth is right in front of everyone. This Indiana Fever team is different. Caitlin Clark is different. And if you're still doubting her after that game, maybe basketball just isn't for you. Let's not act like we don't know what's going on here. The Fever literally played yesterday, then traveled to another state and played again the next day. No rest, no break. So what are you even talking about? You sound ridiculous. No offense, but come on. You're pushing a lazy story that doesn't even match the facts. This is why people lose trust in certain reporters, because of stuff like this. And let's not forget, Indiana is just a better team than Chicago right now. That's the truth. They showed up, took care of business, and made it look easy, even on a back-to-back. I've been saying this for a while, but this game proves it more than ever. And did you see that? The Brazilian national team was asking Caitlin Clark for her autograph. Yeah, they're fans. They know what's up. So, Roberta, what's the deal? They're showing respect, so why are you trying to twist the story? They took their loss with pride. You should too. Just accept the L, like everyone else. Honestly, Roberta, what you're doing now is looking pretty shady. I'm actually shocked you had the nerve to tweet that. You know what? Let's check out her page and see what other nonsense she's been posting. Look at this tweet. This fan base is never beating the accusations. Get the hell out of our country. What accusations? What are you even talking about? And then, she really doubled down with, sorry, your lack of gray matter can't help but make this about the Fever. My intent was just to paint a picture of why Brazil played below average. Really, girl? Then she tried to add this excuse. Indiana flies charter and has been in Indianapolis since training camp. Brazil had 2.5 days of camp and took international flights. Excuse me? That's the biggest pile of excuses I've seen all week. You sound ridiculous, Roberta. Seriously, this isn't journalism, this is just straight-up coping. Alright, y'all, get down in that comment section and tell me what you think. Am I overreacting, or is Roberta really out here wildin'? I want to hear from everyone, and don't forget, like the video, smash that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications so you never miss a daily update. We're dropping fire. Content every single day. Missed one? No worries. You're still amazing because you are amazing. Love y'all. Now tell me, what's the ceiling for this Indiana Fever team? So many great new additions, solid players from before, crisp ball movement, and the chemistry is there. What's possible this year? Yeah, a championship. That's the goal, and we're working for it every single day.